think we're going to see a real change in terms of Liberal representation out west. You know that our leader, Mr. Trudeau, spent a number of years in his career out here right in Vancouver, teaching at high schools as well as studying at UBC. His family is from here, and he comes out here often, and he really gets the West. So right across the prairies, Alberta, British Columbia, there's quite a resurgence of interest, and I think people also appreciate the fact that he has a methodical plan to address some of the key concerns that people have, whether it's on democracy or on our stalled economy. So we're very optimistic, and Dr. Fry and I are working hard to support other Liberal candidates, and we think that there's going to be a wave of support for the Liberal Party here.
I know, Joyce, that you've heard this discussion, as I have, about, in particular in British Columbia, this turning into a two-way race, two different parties, the Conservatives and the NDP, blue versus orange, and the Liberals being squeezed out. Are you at all concerned about that?
Well, it's always a factor when there's a number of parties, but we are proposing a very clear plan to get the economy going. Mr. Trudeau was out here with an amazing announcement on protection of the environment and his approach to the economy, and so I don't see that reality that you're describing. What I actually hear on the doorsteps is the overwhelming majority of people that talk with me want change. They are not happy with the 10 years of Stephen Harper's government. And so I think it's more the question of, the question that I hear is, how can we have change? How can we make sure that Stephen Harper is no longer the Prime Minister after October 19th?
My guest joining me on the line from Vancouver is Joyce Murray. She is the MP who represents the riding of Vancouver Quadra. She, of course, is running for re-election. At one point, you ran for the leadership of the Liberal Party of Canada, Joyce, back in 2013. You came in second, in fact. Any concern, how would you rate, so to speak, Justin Trudeau's running of this campaign so far? We're sort of at the halfway mark, so give me your assessment.
Well, of course, I'm going to give a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up.
Yes, well, I knew that, yes, but are you...
Let me tell you that Mr. Trudeau is an exceptionally collaborative leader. So he has a strong team around him, people who have been federal cabinet ministers, people who are leaders in industry, in the military, and in education, and so much more. And he listens to us. So when you mentioned the leadership race, I feel very positive about the fact that I am able to input into our platform. And in fact, some of the main planks of my leadership platform have been incorporated into our platform. So we're a collaborative leader who has developed a very clear plan that people can see, or your listeners can see at realchange.ca when they get back to Peter, and I think he and his team are doing a great job.
Yeah, and you have been very prominent, certainly, ever since Justin Trudeau has taken over. Now, I asked you that question, Joyce, of course, because a year ago, the Liberals were riding a lot higher in the polls than they are now. What's gone wrong here? Or if not wrong, then how would you explain that surge that we saw in 2014 and right now in 2015?
The surge was about a new leader for the party who has a great deal of credentials to be the Prime Minister, and someone who has been thinking about Canada and the values of our country and how to address the big challenges of the day and create a great country with Canadians. He's been thinking about that since he was at his father's knee, and so to someone who But you know what? I think people are sick of this approach. They're sick of these negative attacks. And Liberals are really not going to engage in those tactics because if we're talking about a better Canada, a better government, then Mr. Trudeau is very clear we need to walk that talk now during a campaign as well. And so we are not syncing to that. Instead, we're focused in on the future that Canadians want for themselves, of their children, their grandchildren, and what we as the Liberals are proposing to have that happen.
My guest is Joyce Murray, joining us on the line from Vancouver. She is running in the riding of Vancouver Quadra, a riding that she won last time around, of course, for the Liberals, won as well back in 2008. We're talking about the Liberal perspective here on this campaign as we move toward, of course, the second phase of this campaign. Still 6 weeks to go. Joyce, one of your areas of expertise, of course, has been national defense, and so I want to ask you, if I can, about a big story this week, the migrant crisis, refugee crisis in Europe. You know, this story of Alan Kurdi, the 3-year-old Syrian boy drowned with his brother and mother trying to escape. His aunt, as you know, lives in BC in Coquitlam. Stephen Harper has said over the last day or so that in the wake of this story,